Hi, my name's Shanae, and you're watching Handmade by Honeybun. Okay, so we're back for episode, what's this, 5? Yeah, episode 5 of my knitting podcast. And as you can see, we're in a little different setup. My voice just went. Let's drink some coffee. This is actually some cappuccino, some pumpkin spice cappuccino that I got from Aldi the other day. And it's delicious. And I have it in this nice little steel mug to keep it nice and warm. I got this mug from my friend's shop. He has a YouTube channel called Serving in Christ Ministries, and this cup is from his shop. So check him out. It's awesome. But yeah, I'm going to need a lot of coffee or cappuccino caffeine this morning because it is currently, what time is it? Like 8 something. It's 8:09 a.m. Saturday, October 5th? 4th? Saturday, October 5th. It's currently 8:09 a.m. And yeah, I'm up early again because once again, I have things to do this weekend. So let's get into it. And this is going to be quite a long one because I have a lot of acquisitions and whips because it was my birthday on Tuesday and I got a lot of stuff. So got my notes here, and yeah, it's 2 pages of notes. So we'll be talking about whips, acquisitions, future plans, a pattern spotlight as usual. So yeah, and also before we get started, I just want to thank everybody for the birthday wishes and the presents and everything. I really appreciate it. So let's get into it. Let's start with our whips. So my first whip, it's almost done. My homecoming socks. This is just a pattern I've been self-drafting myself. Got some orange and blue, and I'm literally at the toe. I could have finished this last night, but I just didn't feel like it. So yeah, this will get done later today. And I just looked, and my stitches are all on one needle instead of 2, but that's fine. That's an easy fix. So yeah, I'm almost done with this sock, and I'm loving it. It fits nice, and I just have to finish the next one because homecoming is in 2 weeks from now. Yeah, so I have 2 weeks to finish one sock. My next whip is another sock. It's a very beginning of the Leah socks by Knit On Designs, I believe, on Ravelry. I'm knitting this out of Knit Picks Roll Fingering in the Blue Steel Heather colorway. Yeah, these are going to be a gift. My next whip is here, another sock. This is going to be a sock heavy episode because it is Socktober, and I literally casted on a bunch of socks last night because I have 9 sock knitting gifts that I have to get out in the holiday season. Between birthdays and Christmas and all that, I have 9 to do, not including 2 hats. So my next whip is this pair of socks. My face. This sock is called the Mountain Sock by Rachel Nutting, I believe that's how you pronounce her name. But I'm knitting this out of Knit Picks Felicini in the colorway Wagon Sofa. I've gotten past the cuff and I'm on to the beginning of the pattern repeat. It was a free pattern on Ravelry. Next whip is another pair of mountain socks, again by Rachel Nutting. The cuff is made out of Knit Pick Stroll in the color Electric Blue, and I'm using this Regia yarn I got. It's a kind of self-striping, self-patterning yarn, and it's only 50 grams, so I needed to use extra to help make it a whole sock. All these socks I'm knitting for other people are going to be shorties, so I can get them done in a reasonable amount of time to have them out in the mail. I have other yarn picked out for the other few pairs of socks I need to work on. I just haven't cast it on the socks yet. I'm going to try and get these few done and then cast those on. But my last whip is this sock. I am self-drafting a pattern that I saw in the Vogue Knitting Ultimate Stitch Dictionary book that I showed you guys last week. This is one of the rib patterns in there, and I'm going to just make it into a sock because I thought it was pretty cool. And you can kind of see it on this sock. I know it's kind of variegated, but it's coming out a little bit. I'm just going to work on it and see if that works, and if not, I'll just use a plain sock and see if it shows it better. But the yarn I'm using is Kitty B yarn in the Lido base, which is a fingering weight sock base. It's 75 superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's a 4-ply. Yeah, so Kat, or Kitty B, she's a local dyer here. And yeah, I met her at Bianca's shop, and she dyes yarn for the shop and for other shops throughout, the US. But yeah, I really like her sock yarn. It was really nice, and I can't wait till I finish working it up. So that's it for whips. Let's move on to acquisitions. I have a lot of acquisitions. It was my birthday last Tuesday, so yeah, usually I don't have this much, but hey, it's my birthday, gotta treat myself. And my birthday, by the way, was great. I had the greatest day ever. So yeah, so I'm gonna start with the stuff I bought myself. First acquisition is this lovely skein of yarn. I got this from Oakwood Knits, and it is the Echoes of Wisdom colorway based off the new Zelda game that was released. And just look at this. I showed it last week, but now I have it in person, and it is just so amazing. I cannot wait to knit this up. I'm going to make socks, of course, but it's going to be a while before I make socks with this because I have a lot of whips, as you saw, and some still yet to come. But yeah, I got this, and I'm so happy. Okay. Next acquisition is this Hedgehog Fibers yarn. It is in the twist sock base, which is an 80-20 blend of BFL, blue face Leicester, and nylon. I got this from Bianca's shop. I've been eyeing this since it came in, and I was just waiting for a good opportunity to buy it, and I got I got it for my birthday. So yeah, it's pretty, and it's nice and sturdy. Different from a merino wool, but I feel like it'll hold up more. Because I do have some socks that I've been wearing a lot, and they've started to wear and tear. Can I help you? You're being awkward right now. You're standing there. Good morning. Next is this. So this is another skein of yarn from Kitty B Knitting. Can you focus on the yarn? There we go. It's in the Bonita base, and Bonita is an 80-20, 80% extra fine merino, 20% silk lace weight yarn. It has 175 yards for 100 grams. This can go super far, and I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet, but I am excited. Okay, and my next acquisition is one I picked up on Thursday at Knit Nights, and it's this. This is the October 2024 colorway from Emma's Yarn. I got this on her sock base, which is I think a 75-25 merino nylon blend, And look at it, it's perfect. I mainly got it because I was born in October. But there's these nice little flecks of purple. It looks mostly pink, but I'm just going to pretend it's a lighter shade of purple, basically. So, oh, also when I was at the shop, so these are the Katrinkles adjustable sock blockers. You can adjust the length of the cuff or leg and the foot and the heel depth. And yeah, they go from a US size 4 women's up to a men's 13, so they can fit a wide range of foot lengths. And I think it's gonna be great. I adjusted them to fit my foot now. So yeah. Now let's talk about the gifts I got. Excluding the other gifts I bought myself that weren't related to yarn. So these are just gonna be all the yarn related gifts. So the first gift I got from Bianca, the lovely shop owner, is this. Oh my gosh, look at this. So this is a yarn from Kitty B that she dyed. It's a one of a kind skein on the Siesta base, which is an 80-10-10, 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. And it feels so nice and squishy. I love it. And just look at the color. It's beautiful. I love it so much. It's so pretty. Oh, I can't wait to use it. I'm going to save this for a while, but every time I look at it, it just makes me happy. And she also gifted me the hat Dana pattern I was talking about last week. It's so cool. Then, so on Tuesday, on my birthday, I went to Bianca Shop #Yarn Corner. 1, because it was my birthday. 2, because it was October and that was going to be the cast on day for this October cow. So when I was there, and comes one of my friends, Isabel, and she came in with this giant box. Like, look how big it is. Yeah, this giant box, and guess what's inside? Yarn, of course. So I took one out so I didn't have to open on camera, but it's this. This is upside down. This is Patton's yarn Astra. It is 100% acrylic, and it's in this nice neutral color. And I can use this for baby blankets and baby items because I have great nephews and nieces on the way, and I have friends who are, you know, married and they might be trying for kids coming up. So I should just start making the baby stuff now. When the kids come, I can just gift it. So yeah, I have 10 skeins of this yarn. So it's more than enough. I'm just gonna put it back there. Yeah, I also got a candle, notebook, some hand cream, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I'm so happy and grateful for all the gifts and birthday wishes. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. It made my birthday extra super special. So yeah, that is it for acquisitions. Turn the page, because there's 2 pages this time instead of the usual 1. Next, we are talking about future plans. So as you know, it is Socktober. So for Socktober, I'm just going to be working on all of my sock projects. I'm knitting all my gift socks, which is 9. Like I said earlier, 9 pairs of shorties. So it's going to be a lot. But I can get a pair of shorties done pretty reasonably, like 3 or 4 days, honestly, for a pair of shorties if I'm just working on that. I want to make them mostly ribbed, because ribbed are like some type of texture so they can fit their feet properly, because I have their shoe sizes, but you know, sometimes shoe sizes are different from everybody and people's different socks or different feet sizes. So yeah, So for October, I'm knitting all my gift socks, and for November, I'll be working on my 2 hipster hats if I'm not done with them in between the socks. Moving on to pattern spotlight. So a pattern that I saw this week at Bianca's shop, #yarn corner, is the Only Good Vibe shawl by Melanie Bird. It calls for 2 yarns, a fingering and a lace. You need 365 yards of the fingering and 658 yards of the lace. And I've never considered myself a shawl person, but this shawl, let me tell you, it's beautiful and it's nice and big, and it's drapey. Like I tried it on because Isabel made a sample. But yeah, I have some ideas for yarn. I do have some mohair right here. This nice. That looks completely different from each other because of the lighting. That's crazy. But this is the Emma's Marvelous Mohair base. Let me get the label. Oh, just kidding. This is not Emma's Marvelous Mohair. Thank God for labels. This is the Suri Silk. It is 74% baby Suri, 26% silk. There's 328 yards per 50 grams, and I have 2 of these, and this is in the colorway Wink. So I'm looking at these. They do look a little different. I'm pretty sure they're the same though. Pretty sure they're the same. Yeah. So, and I went through my stash and I pulled out a couple of my fingering weight yarns to see if I had anything that I would like to knit it with. So first up to bat is this Sorella yarn. This is from the Disney collection. This is Sleeping Beauty's Castle on the cashmere sock base, which is an 80-10-10 blend. 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, and I just think it'll feel amazing with the cashmere against my skin and then the Suri, and I think it'll make a nice contrast. The colors aren't getting accurately shown, I don't think. Then I also had this from Sorella as well. This is the from the Netflix collection, Bake. It's on the cashmere sock base again. And I think this will look nice together. There's a little bit of blue in here, and I think this would be a good contrast because it kind of goes together. I don't know. Then I had this. On camera, it looks like they're like the same color, but they're not. This is Miss Babs Estrelita fingering yarn. It's on the Estrelita base, which is a 92% merino and 8% Lurex, and that Lurex gives it the shine that I'm not sure is coming up on camera, but it has a nice sparkle. The colorway is Mixtape 2.0. And I think this will look nice together too, with the variegation that you'll get, and then the different sections of lace you can get for this. I don't know. I do know also that Bianca just got in a shipment from Ruby and Roses of a bunch of mohair on a delicate rose base, and I should check that out and see, you know, what else in my stash I can use with that. But yeah, I wanted that shawl probably next year because my knitting plans are kind of booked for this year with all the gift knitting I have to do. I could probably start on it in December, but yeah, I don't know. Then I have 2 patterns for the pattern spotlight this week. My next one is the Sawtooth Socks. This is a newly released pattern by Elizabeth Dart of Turtle Knitting on Instagram. And I actually had the opportunity to test knit these socks, and it is a color work sock. Yeah, it's a color work sock, and it was easy. Like, easy if you're used to knitting socks. And it's a good intro into color work because there's not a lot of color work in between each round, but it's a nice sock. Great for if you have scraps or you have like a mini set that you want to use up. I'll insert a picture of my pair that I did. I can't show them because I've been wearing those socks a lot since I finished them, and they need to be washed. But yeah, I love that pattern. It's great. And the heel she used was excellent. I don't know what the name of the heel is, but it's like a no wrap short row heel. I used it for my homecoming socks. And what you do is you work it across half or more than half of the amount of the stitches on your needles, and you get this nice deep heel. She has two options in the pattern, one for a deep heel and one for a regular fit heel. I did the deep heel because my heel is deep. And yeah, it gives you this nice fit that doesn't stretch across your instep, and you get this nice little increase line here because you're doing make one lefts to do the increases after you decrease for the heel. But yeah, it's a nice heel. Love it. Check out the pattern. It's on Ravelry. It's like $4, so get it. You won't regret it. And I think, yeah, that is it for this week's podcast episode. I thought it was going to be a long one, but I don't think it's going to be. Because right now I've only been recording for like 30 minutes and I'm cutting out a bunch of it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next week. I never know how to end these things, so I'll just end it with something I've been enjoying this week. What I've been enjoying this week is watching Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, the one with Johnny Depp. That movie is hilarious. Like, oh my gosh, I love how Johnny portrayed Willy Wonka in this in that movie, and I've been watching different YouTubers react to the video as their first time watching it, and it's just hilarious. I love that rendition of the Chocolate Factory. I like the one with Gene Wilder too, don't get me wrong. Like, Gene Wilder is an amazing actor, and his portrayal was perfect as well because they're both unhinged in two completely different ways, but I just like Johnny Depp's one a little bit more. And the music, like all the musical numbers, it's hilarious. I love it. So yeah, with that, I'll see you guys next week. Have fun knitting, making, whatever crafting thing you love to do. Bye.